Most people think starting a business takes months, sometimes years. But what if I told you that's just a myth? I launched a business in 30 days and so can you. No nonsense, no endless planning, just action. And today I'm going to walk you through exactly how I did it and how you can too. Stick around because at the end you'll be able to get your hands on an exclusive free resource. The Rapid Startup Guide, the 30-day business accelerator. This will help you shortcut the process and get your business off the ground faster than you thought possible. Now let's start with the biggest lie in entrepreneurship. You need the perfect idea to start. No, you don't. What you need is a problem worth solving. I didn't sit around waiting for the perfect idea to strike lightning. Instead, I asked a simple question. What's a real pain point that people will pay to fix? And here's the thing. Most people overcomplicate this. They think they need some groundbreaking, revolutionary product. You don't. You just need something people actually want. Think about it. Some of the most successful businesses weren't built on crazy new inventions. They were making it better. Uber didn't invent taxis. They just made the experience smoother. Airbnb didn't invent vacation rentals. They made them more accessible. In my case, I identified a gap in the market, something that was frustrating people but wasn't being solved well enough. And instead of spending months of overthinking, I validated it fast. And here's the key. You don't start with a business plan, you start with a conversation. I spoke to potential customers, tested the idea and got real feedback. And guess what? They told me exactly what they needed. Not what I thought they needed, but actually what they wanted. So let's break that down because this is where most people get stuck. They build what they think people need instead of asking them. If you take just one thing from this video, let it be this. Talk to your potential customers before building anything. If 5, 10 or 20 people tell you they would pay for a solution, you're onto something. Now let's talk about execution. You don't need a fancy website, a massive team or an office to launch. You need speed. I set a 30-day deadline. That was it. No extensions, no excuses. The goal, get to paying customers as fast as possible. And here's the secret. Perfection kills progress. I didn't waste time designing the perfect logo, writing a 50-page business plan, or tweaking my website for weeks. I built a minimum viable product, something simple that solved the problem and got into people's hands fast. Let me give you an example. Think about the first version of Instagram. It wasn't packed with features. It was literally just a photo sharing app with filters. But they launched it fast, got feedback, and improved it. That's the mindset you need. And let's be honest, the first version of my business, it wasn't perfect. But here's what most people didn't realize. Businesses aren't built on theory. They're built in the real world by iterating based on real feedback. While others were still planning, I was selling. And the moment money hits your bank account, that's when your business becomes real. Now let's pause for a second because I want to hear from you. If you could launch any business in 30 days, what would it be? Drop it in the comments. You never know who's watching. Maybe the right person will see it, and that could be your first customer, your first investor, or your next big opportunity. All right, back to business. The biggest challenge wasn't coming up with the idea or even launching it. It was keeping the momentum. The first few days were exciting, but then reality hit. The doubts, the what if this doesn't work thoughts, which are inevitable for all entrepreneurs. Every entrepreneur hits a wall every now and then. This is usually the moment most people quit. They don't fail because their idea is bad. They fail because they stop. So here's what kept me going. Systems over willpower. I didn't rely on motivation. I built habits that forced progress. Every day, I had one goal that moved the business forward. Whether it was empowering 10 team members, improving the product, or tweaking the sales strategy, every day had a purpose. Think about it this way. Imagine you're training for a marathon. If you only run on the days you feel motivated, you'll never make it to race day. But if you commit to running every day, even when you don't feel like it, you'll get there. Business is the same. And that's why by day 30, the business wasn't just an idea, it was generating some revenue. Now, here's the part that most people miss. You don't need to quit your job to start. You don't need to take some massive risk. You can build your business while working a 9 to 5. What you do need is focus. The difference between the people who launch and the people who don't, the ones launch make it a non-negotiable priority. That means saying no to distractions. That means using your evenings, weekends, whatever time you have to build something that can change your future. Because let's be real, if you don't make time for your dream, no one else will. And let me say this, starting isn't just about money. It's about proving to yourself that you can. It's about knowing that when you set a goal and commit, you follow through. Because once you launch one business, you realize something powerful. You can do it again and again. Success isn't about luck. It's about process, mindset, and action. So here's my challenge to you. Start today, not tomorrow. Not next week, today. There's no time like the present. Identify a problem, validate the idea, set a deadline, and execute relentlessly. Because the only difference between the people who talk about starting a business and the people who actually do it is action. And to help you take that action, I've put together a free resource. It's a step-by-step guide to launching your business in 30 days. Click the link in the description below, hit the download, and get started now. If you found this video valuable, hit subscribe because we're just getting started. See you in the next one.